Happy Monday. It was a long weekend. I had a long weekend, at least. It felt like it was actually really nice. I'm not going to complain. I wish weekends were longer. Whoever made this the 5-day work week, I got a bone to pick. Anyway, we like working here. We like Valley Vision. Welcome to Valley Vision. I'm Abby Alonzo. Joe Mitchell. What's up? How was your weekend?
Man, it was okay. It was okay. So Friday night I had I got a wave of migraine that was miserable, and it didn't go away till like 5:30 on Saturday. So I had that all day, laid in bed with one of the eye covers. Real beta of me, but
You have an eye cover?
Huh? Don't judge me, bro. I get migraines, okay?
But my mom got me one for Christmas, and it's like a heater, but it's also a cooling one.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's what you have?
Yeah.
I've never used it.
It covers your whole head. Yeah.
I would have paid for a picture of that. But
I rallied because it was my younger sister's 18th birthday.
Oh,
she wanted to go to the Texas Club.
Did y'all go to the Texas Club?
We went to the Texas Club.
How was the Texas Club?
Well, it was me. So my younger sister went with a bunch of her friends, but it was me, Emily, my dad, my stepmom, and some of our family friends. It was real interesting. I'll say that much.
I'd imagine so. I've always had a great time at the Texas Club.
Yeah, it was
but I've never been with my parents or my little sister.
Yeah. It was weird because I was at the Texas Club, right? So I was like, okay, we're here. But I'm also with my dad, and also I'm with my younger sister. So it was like a weird thing of...
Interesting dynamic at the Texas Club.
Am I a big brother right now? Am I Joe at the Texas? What am I? You know what I mean?
Weird dynamic. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Joe went to the Texas Club. I hung out, and LSU had a shit ton of stuff going on all the way. Not too much going on at home aside from baseball scrimmages, but we're going to get right into it. Don't mind my emotional support gallon. I want to talk about the other liquid on the desk. The vodka! Shout out St. Rock, our sponsor, 7-3 Distilling. We talk about the vodka on every show. That is because they are partnered by Traditions. It's a great way to give back to NIL, to these athletes. If you want to keep winning championships, keep getting the best recruits, this is one way to do it. It's probably the most fun way to do it, maybe, if you like vodka at least. Portions of the proceeds go back to Bayou Tradition, supporting the athletes. Drink vodka, give back to LSU, win-win. Okay, gymnastics. We'll start with gymnastics. Gymnastics competed on Friday on the road against number 9 Missouri, and they did fall for the first time this season, 197.325 to 197.225. It was a close matchup. LSU actually trailed for the first 2 rotations and then took their first lead of the night when they performed on floor. We've talked about how strong those floor performances are, but it just wasn't enough. This past weekend, they finished on beam. Excuse me. Still don't have my voice from being sick a couple weeks ago. Still don't have it. It's not here. Anyway, they finished on beam, which has been a little bit of the, I don't want to say Achilles heel. Actually, someone said Achilles heel in the press conference with Kaya Johnson on the stage, and Jay Clark was like, we don't say that word. We don't talk about Achilles in here. No injuries, no bad juju. So I won't say that, but it is their probably weakest link. We'll put it that way. Haley Bryant finished the rotation on bars with a 9.925. It won her the bars title for the night. That is 10 bars titles for her in her 66 titles in her career. So 10 of those are on bars. She got her 10th one on Friday. That win specifically ties her at 7th all-time in the school records for most individual titles. Haley Bryant, ladies and gentlemen. There's going to be many more where that came from before the season is over. Heading into beam after floor, again, they took their first lead. They were up 147.875 to Missouri's 147.725, and beam just didn't do it. Connor McClain, want to shout Connor out for her beam performance. She was on bars earlier in the night, and she fell, but her beam performance was perfect. She scored a 10. Freshman. This is her second 10 this season. The first one came on bars 2 weeks ago. So she's now got 2 perfect 10s in this was their 4th meet, right?
Mm-hmm.
In 4 meets, she's got 2 10s. She also won the title for beam on Friday night, so now she's got 2 titles under her belt here at LSU. Kaya Johnson also finished as the top all-arounder of the night with a 39.5. And that is her 43rd title in her career at LSU. So the numbers are there. There were just a few slip-ups that, gymnastics, it's very, very close a lot of the times, not all the time, but it comes down to tenths of points. And the beam and some other little miscues just didn't add up, and it wasn't enough to take down Missouri. So Missouri did upset LSU because LSU going into this was ranked 3rd. Jay Clark talked about progress, right? We talked about that last week and how they need to continue to get better, and that's their focus. It's not what happened last week. It's moving on. What's next? How can we get better and make sure we're at least a little bit better than the previous week? And he talked about that. He's a little disappointed that the progression didn't continue, that they kind of did take a small step back, but not like PO'd like it was horrible. It's just, it's early in the season, so, they've got time to fix these little things, and they will. And he's still very proud of where the team is and a lot of the girls who are coming in clutch when they need to. And it's just a gym meet. It happens, but they are continuing to move forward, and they will be back in the PMAC on Friday against Arkansas. Arkansas has got a couple different teams coming to Baton Rouge this week.
I will say before we move on, regardless of the loss to Missouri, you stay above that 197 range or even around it this early in the season. And also you have 3 different athletes with 10s on 3 different events. I feel great about where this team is, considering how early we are into the year. Yeah. I feel really good.
Again, they took the L. Okay, it happens. They're still in a very, very good place.
Yeah.
Very good. These are floor specifically championship level routines. And again, it's early. They've got time before you start like cracking down and like, oh, okay, we're not where we need to be. They are absolutely in a good position moving forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, and you just got to figure out the lineups as you go. Like having 10s on now, 10s on bars, beam, and floor, obviously. Was there a 10 on vault a couple weeks ago? I'm blanking, but I think okay, so you have a 10 on every single event. I mean, I feel really, really good about where we are.
Yes, absolutely. So again, back in the PMAC on Friday against Arkansas, looking to bounce back. Let's do another recap. Men's basketball, not so close. Not as close as Jim was. Sorry, we've got the mic'd up crew standing outside trying to get in. You want to go let them in and I'll just keep going? Sorry, guys. If you watch Mic'd Up, they film in Cards and Culture Monday, Wednesday, Friday. They go right after us at 6, and the boys don't have keys, so they are just standing looking through the window like this, Mikey Matuk and Jared Mitchell, so Joe just let them in. But we'll keep rolling with the men's basketball recap. Alabama beat them 109-88. It was an offensive shootout. Bama went 20 of 30 from the field in the second half with 6 3-pointers and 13 of 14 at the free throw line. They scored 59 points in the second half. So the first half, it was pretty even, went back and forth. And then the second half, Bama just took over. You look at, they just were able to move the ball inside. Again, 6 3-pointers in the second half, a little bit of a dilemma with perimeter defense. They took advantage of LSU's slip-ups. So, I mean, these are things that we've talked about before, and the rebounding, and it's the same issues over and over. You play a good first half and go back and forth. You have to come out in the second half and be able to do the same thing. Bama took what they needed to fix in the first half and fix those things, and LSU didn't quite do that, and it showed in the score. Some stats for you. LSU actually had 5 players in double digits for points. Mike Williams led the team with 16. Derek Fountain had 14. Will Baker had 12. Jalen Cook had 11. And Jordan Wright had 10 points as well as 5 assists. This is his 17th game in a row where he scored double digits, Jordan Wright. Again, the rebounds, we've talked about the rebounds a bunch. Alabama out-rebounded LSU 42-33. That has been a problem for this basketball team the whole season. You wonder, when is it going to get fixed, or why is it still a problem when we talk about it every week? Thoughts on the rebounding issue?
Yeah, I mean, my thoughts are your thoughts. We got to get it fixed. I mean, plain and simple. I don't understand why we don't attack the offensive glass. It feels like every time a shot gets up, they're already getting back, which is, I mean, I guess a good thing if your priority is defense. But, I mean, if you can't get second chance points, you're going to really struggle. We saw that against A&M.
Right. That's what I'm saying. This has been a consistent issue for this team. So you would think, knowing that, they would be a little bit more cognizant of, okay, maybe we do need to prioritize offensive rebounds a little bit more than getting back for defense. Matt McMahon, I'm sure, is handling it. They're off this week. They won't have a midweek game, but they will also host Arkansas in the PMAC on Saturday. That game's at 11. So early day game. You got gym meeting Arkansas Friday night. Men's basketball matching up with Arkansas on Saturday. That's kind of cool to see across the sports. You have, if I'm an Arkansas fan, I'm making a trip out of it, coming to Baton Rouge. Yeah. Baseball had a couple scrimmages this past weekend. Baseball America preseason poll was released today, and they have LSU at number 2 behind Wake Forest. The top 10. Wake Forest, LSU, Arkansas, ironically. Florida, Oregon State, TCU, Vanderbilt, Tennessee, Clemson, and Virginia are the top 10 in the 2024 Baseball America preseason poll. Thoughts on LSU being behind Wake Forest? I thought that was quite interesting.
I'm not too worried about that.
No, I'm not worried. I just thought it was.
I mean, I get it. Like, I don't think you should be one just because. I don't think you should be ranked number 1 starting the season just because you won the College World Series last year.
Facts.
I don't know. Got to see our bats. I think our pitching staff and what we have in the field is really, really promising, but got to be able to hit too. So I think if we can bring that, like if we can prove that we can hit with the rest of the country with the field, we're gonna be really hard to beat.
Why do you think Wake Forest edged them out?
Probably a more established pitching staff.
Rhett Lauder, yeah, that would play. What else happened at track? They don't get enough love. The women's track team went off this weekend. Absolutely went off. They set so many records. They were in Arkansas at the Razorback Invitational. I don't know what's going on with LSU and Arkansas these 2 weeks, matching up across all the sports. But a couple of the girls broke, I think, 4 different records, or maybe 3. Brianna Liston had the fastest qualifying time in the 60-meter prelims, 7.14 seconds. She matched the LSU record with a 7.07 time in the finals and took the collegiate lead, so across all of it. Aaliyah Hobbs won the 60-meter open with the number 2 time in the world and is still undefeated. Lorena Rangel, I'm not even going to try to say her last name. Can you read that? Do you have it up?
Comments up right now.
Oh, that's good. Lorena Rangel Batres? Anyway, she ran a 4:37.84 in the women's mile, also setting an LSU record. And, of course, our girl Aaliyah Armstrong picked up her 3rd straight 60-meter hurdles win. Exciting news about Aaliyah. We should be doing an interview with her in the next 2 weeks. I'm super pumped for that. I will not be jumping any hurdles. I'll race. I'll time myself. I'm not jumping hurdles. I'm going to hurt myself. She can. We'll get her doing it on camera, but I'm not doing it. But yeah, the women went off this weekend. Those are legit record numbers. They don't get enough love or enough attention. I know LSU is elite in most of its sports, but track is doing something right now. So keep an eye on them. Their season just got up and going. But Aaliyah, she could be in the Olympic 2024 Paris, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's in that mix right now. So keep an eye on them. They're doing great things, especially the women's team. And then we'll round out with Tiger T, Paul Skenes, name in the media. Why? Because MLB Pipeline dropped the top prospects, and he is, again, ranked number 3 overall, and he is the number 1 pitching prospect. Are we surprised he's going to make it to the show this year? I mean, I'm not surprised at all. I think... did you expect him to make a debut last year? I think some people did.
Yeah, I didn't expect it per se, but I wouldn't have been shocked.
Yeah. I think it happens relatively quickly this year.
I think had they gone to the postseason, we would have saw him.
For sure. But I think it happens relatively quickly this year. His numbers and he played 6 games, right? 2 in AA. Yeah, I think so. He pitched 6.2 innings, 10 strikeouts, 5 hits, 2 walks. Great numbers. He moved quick through the system. I don't doubt that he'll be up in the show pretty quickly. And then the Super Bowl is in 2 weeks, right? 2 weeks. February 11th.
Yep.
Chiefs, Niners, disgusting. But we do have 3 former LSU Tigers playing. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who already played in 2 Super Bowls with the Chiefs, will return once again. Neil Farrell with the Chiefs. And then Ty Davis-Price is on the 49ers practice squad. So cool to see them. I know seeing Clyde go back with them for a 3rd time is really sick. Who you got, though?
Look, I'm not a Chiefs fan by any stretch of the imagination, but I would like to see Clyde win. That's where I'm at. Clyde's the man.
That's fair. I cannot stand. I know I'm going to sound like everyone else right now, but I can't stand the Taylor Swift Travis Kelce thing. I can't do it. It's publicity. The media is freaking taking it out of control. Of course, I don't know why we even thought that Lamar and the Ravens might beat them, because for the script, I don't believe there's a script. But it makes sense for marketing to have Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl. Does it not? And for that reason, I hope the Niners win. I also like the Mr. Irrelevant storyline. Brock Purdy and Christian McCaffrey is a favorite of mine. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's a really weird situation because obviously, look, Brock Purdy's been great. We could potentially win the MVP, but if we're honest with ourselves, if we have to pick between Brock Purdy and Patrick Mahomes, I'm going to take Mahomes every single time.
Yeah.
But Purdy's got significantly better receivers. He's got a better running back right now with McCaffrey, and Pacheco's great in his own right. But I don't know. It's a weird situation when you look at the 2 offenses. I'll give it to the Chiefs just because I want to see Clyde win.
I don't like that. I actually don't like either team, though. So whatever. I'll go with you. I'll actually be in Vegas for the Super Bowl. Maybe we'll do a Valley Vision while I'm in Vegas. Maybe.
Definitely.
For sure. It's happening. We'll figure out some cool content. That's about all we've got today. We will be back up. We'll be back Wednesday. Not a live show. We've got some content coming at y'all on Wednesday. Cornerback Sage Ryan and I are going to go run routes, talk some shit, do an interview, and we'll get that out on Thursday before our live show at 5 o'clock. So we will see y'all on Thursday. We appreciate y'all for watching.